At about 3:23 this morning, the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office and Hillsborough County Fire Rescue received a phone call of an apartment fire. They responded and arrived on scene within moments, within minutes. Arriving on scene, saw that the apartment building located at 4545 Castaway Drive, Building 3, was rapidly becoming engulfed in fire. I can't stress enough about and talk enough about the actions, the heroic and phenomenal actions of the deputy sheriffs and Hillsborough County Fire Rescue firefighters on scene that began immediately evacuating this apartment building, at the same time attacking the fire from so many different angles. 10 adults and 2 children have been displaced, and unfortunately, despite these heroic efforts, a family has perished in the fire. An adult member who was living with this family was able to make contact with the mother, and the 2 of them had exited the apartment. And from what we know, they were both outside the apartment safely. She realized that her 2 children were not outside, and she went inside to rescue the 10-year-old and the 5-year-old child, and unfortunately, all 3 of them have perished in this fire, tragically. Red Cross is on scene to help so many displaced families, as you can see behind us. And now at this point, our detectives, along with Hillsborough County Fire Rescue fire marshals, the medical examiner's office, will determine the cause of the fire and the cause of death to this family. At this time, we aren't able to release any additional details about the 3 individuals who have lost their lives because of this tragic fire, because the next of kin and family has not been able to be notified at this time.
We had been hearing earlier this morning about possible entrapment of 2 children. Would these be those 2, or were there 2 other children who were entrapped and then escaped?
The mother and her 2 children are the only ones who have lost their life in this fire.
Is there anyone? We also had heard that maybe somebody was able to escape through a balcony. Any confirmation?
We had a lot of people escaping a lot of different ways. Like I said, this became quickly an extremely active scene. And again, that's why I can't stress enough, the actions by these firefighters and these deputy sheriffs were nothing short of heroic, of putting their own lives in danger to rescue as many people as they did. I commend them.
Sheriff, I don't know if you've been able to talk to fire officials, but this is the 3rd fire in 4 years that's happened at this complex. The most recent happening last year. And I don't know about any other news outlet, but we never got a cause for that. I mean, are we looking at any trends when it comes to fires at these apartment complexes?
Not that I'm aware of, but we will look into that afterwards and get back to you. Like I said, this is an active investigation. If it's linked to previous fires, what the cause of the fire is, it's just too preliminary to make any type of legitimate comment.
And were the bodies of the families found in that initial search that firefighters did, or that secondary search once they were able to clear the building?
It was a secondary search. Matter of fact, that's a great point. At the beginning, when we couldn't account for this mother and her 2 children, we immediately began a perimeter search. We launched our air service. We had K-9 out here. We were looking for these individuals because at that time the fire was so active that the firefighters weren't able to enter the apartment. Once the fire was extinguished and they were able to calm the scene down, cool the scene down enough where they were able to conduct a search, that's where they found the tragic loss of these 3 individuals.
Has your office made contact with property management here?
We have.
Are they cooperating with the investigation?
Absolutely. This apartment complex is absolutely fully cooperative with anything that we need at this time.
Is it too soon to ask about working smoke detectors?
It's not too soon to ask. The alarms and the smoke detectors did do their job. They did work well. And this individual inside the apartment, that's how she was alerted that there was a fire, because she heard the alarm going off. She was able to maintain contact with the mother. As they exited, she realized their children were still inside, went back inside, and unfortunately we have a tragic loss of 3 family members.
Sheriff, can you talk about the actions of that mother? I mean, we're a week after Mother's Day. She knew she'd be putting her life in danger by going back to get her kids. I mean, it's what any mother would do.
I don't even know how to comment, for a mother's love to go back in and know that my children may be inside, not knowing that they were inside, but they may be inside, and she lost her life because of it. I mean, is there any greater actions of love than the one displaced by this mother today?
Last question.
To counter off of her point, third fire in 4 years. When you guys hear you're coming back out here for another one, I mean, what's going through your head?
It's too preliminary to comment. I unfortunately, like I said, I wouldn't be able to make an educated comment, and I believe that the fire chief standing beside me feel the same way. It's just too preliminary. There's a lot of work to be done now to put the pieces of the puzzle together and find out what caused this fire. Is it the same as the previous fires? It's just too soon to know if there's any type of link. There's not enough indicators preliminary to be able to make an educated comment. But again, we will continue. That certainly will be something they're looking into. And when we have those results, certainly we'll put that out as rapidly as possible. Thank you, everyone.